Hey guys, Sean again, Custom Offsets TV on YouTube. Got another vehicle spotlight for you today, 2002 Chevy Silverado 1500. It's got a level lift on it, rough country style. This has got some badass 16x10's. Hold your laughter. I'm serious, it's actually pretty sweet. 1.75 inch spacers all the way around all four corners. Let's go. Roll it through the wood and it flexed out. Rims so big and the windows black. Got the knob all lit up, double chromed out stacks. Yeah, we love to get them dirty, but still they so clean. Custom Offsets, team stance is the team. I'm top of it now, we ain't never gonna fade. So you better get ready, we're taking over the game. Okay guys, like I said, we got a 2002 Chevy Silverado 1500. It's got like 140,000 miles on it, but it's actually a super clean truck, just pretty much throughout. I don't think there's any rust on this thing, so somebody took really good care of it. What he came and had us do is, it's called a level lift by Rough Country. So what it is it's 2.5 inches up front using keys, and then it's got a new set of shocks in there. And then in the rear, it's got 1.5 inch blocks to bring up the rear, so it's still leveled, but the entire truck is up a little bit. And then it's got new shocks in the rear too. What he did for fitment is a 16x10 American Racing Baja. So I always called these bullet holes back in the day, Junior. And it's a polished aluminum wheel, so it will be, you know, a little bit of care to keep it clean. But when you got it nice and clean like this, it shines just like chrome. Hope I don't drop all my money in that sewer, Junior. I'm actually scared right now. So 16x10 -25, you can see it's got a step lip on it, but if you still measure that entire lip, you're looking at about a 4-inch lip. And this was the wheel back in the day, I ain't gonna lie. And then what he did is he wrapped it in, what is it, 305/70, I believe? Junior, my short-term memory loss really impacts us once in a while. And of course, tire's all wet, so I can't see it. Yeah, 305/70 R16. So what that works out to be is 32.8 tall. So it's about a 33, and then it's 12-inch wide. So it's a little bit short of a 33 12.5, allowing him to clear that with not quite as much trimming. If you look at what we had to do, and Banker, you still got to cut that rubber flapper off of there. What he had to do was pull this entire thing back. Junior, you don't have your fancy light on there? Okay, let me get a light. Remember the people told us to always have a light? You gotta listen to the people, Junior.
Swipe up.
The people know best. Oh, I forgot about that trick. So if you look at what he had to do, it's basically a full Norcal. He moved that entire section back and then trimmed that out of there, and then that little rubber flap will come out of there. He's about to cut that off. This one literally just came off the lift. And then up front, you can see it's the typical, took off the corner of the bumper and then put a little paint on there, and then took off the corner of that valance to kind of chase that same angle of the bumper. And I think, yeah, some inner liner trimming. So he took off the bottom of that inner liner so it doesn't wrap on there. And then as far as tires, these are the BF Goodwrench all-terrain TAs. So this tire will go forever. I mean, these are the ones that we had back in the day. A lot of people have been asking about the BFGs. You know, they're still around. You pay a little bit for them, but they'll absolutely go forever. And you know, they give that cool classic look. The other thing that he did, he lives in a state that has sticky out laws. I don't know what the hell you call them, anti-stance laws. So he put 1.75 inch spacers on all four corners. So what he can do is, if he starts getting into trouble, is he can actually remove those spacers, and that'll suck that wheel and tire back in that 1.75 inches so that he can try to stay out of trouble. So if you look down the side of that thing, Junior, it's got a pretty badass stance with the 10 wide and 1.75s. I think something to note, the front studs on this one were super duper close to that 1.75 inch, and there's actually one of them that had a little burr on it that we made sure took that burr off before we put the wheel on, because if that burr would have kept the wheel from tightening, basically this thing would loosen up and then they'd blame it on a bad spacer, when the truth is at 1.75 you're almost at the length of those studs. You just got to make sure that you have clearance so that wheel bolts on tight. As far as the rest of it, other than the topper and the running boards, the truck is pretty much stock, but like I said, it's uber clean. for an 02 with 140,000 miles. So, what do you think, Junior? You like it? You remember when Grandpappy had one like this? Nope, because he didn't have badass spacers and some stance in his life. And we don't even have the same Grandpa. Here it is on this side with a little bit of light. But clean truck, cool truck. The interior is just about as clean. Give you a little peek in there. But what is it, 15 years old? 2002, yeah. That thing's as old as you, Junior. Think about it. So that's 2002 Chevy Silverado. Remember to share, remember to subscribe, remember to like, remember to tell us what you want to see. People said they want to see more classic stuff. Here's more classic stuff. Boom, peace.